Welcome students. Today we will solve the first problem on projectile motion. So let us start today's lecture. So we are given one statement. Let us read that statement first. A projectile is fired from the edge of a 150-meter cliff with an initial velocity of 180 meter per second at an angle of 30 degrees with the horizontal. Neglecting air resistance, find A part, the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground. B part, the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. So let us understand this problem through the diagram. We are given one cliff and the height of this cliff is 150 meter from the ground. And let us assume that point A represents the edge of this cliff, and from this edge a projectile is fired which strikes the ground at point B. And this projectile is fired with initial velocity of 180 meter per second, which makes 30-degree angle with the horizontal. And we are asked to find horizontal distance from the gun to the point where projectile strikes the ground. So this is the point from where projectile is fired and this is the point where projectile strikes the ground. And we have to find the horizontal distance between these 2 points. So let us call that distance as x. In the B part, we are asked to find the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. It means we have to find distance from the ground for the greatest elevation of the projectile. Let us call that as capital Y. So we have to find these two values in this problem. So let us first start with the initial velocity of the projectile. It is given at 30 degrees to the horizontal. It means it will have two components, one along horizontal and other will be along vertical direction. So let us first resolve initial velocity of the projectile into its components. So from the point of application, we will draw two components, one along x direction and one along y direction. As we are considering the angle of initial velocity with the horizontal component, so this will be called as cos component and its value will be 180 cos 30 and we are denoting it as Vx naught, horizontal component of initial velocity in x direction. The another component is along y direction and we are denoting it as Vy naught and its value will be 180 sine 30 degrees. So let us write these values first. So Vx naught represents the horizontal component of initial velocity. It is 180 cos 30 and its value will be 155.9 meter per second. And the second component is Vy naught. It is the vertical component of initial velocity and it is 180 sine 30 and its value is 90 meter per second. So first step is that if initial velocity is at some angle to the horizontal, we should find the components of that initial velocity. We know whenever we have to solve any problem on projectile motion, then we have to consider two motions of the projectile. One along horizontal and one along vertical. And we know the horizontal motion of the projectile is free from acceleration due to gravity. Means that motion is a uniform motion. But vertical motion of the projectile is under the effect of gravity, so that motion is uniformly accelerated motion. So let us first understand the horizontal motion of the projectile, and we know it is a uniform motion. In uniform motion, we have one equation, that is x is equal to x naught plus vt. So for the horizontal motion of the projectile, this equation is applicable. So let us see what values we know in this equation for this particular problem. In this equation, x represents the distance between point A and point B, means the distance covered by the projectile along horizontal from the point of projection and to the point where it strikes the ground. X naught is the initial distance along horizontal, which is 0 in this case. Vx represents the velocity of the projectile along horizontal, which is equal to 180 cos 30, or we can say 155.9 meter per second. And t represents the time taken by the projectile. So let us put these values in this equation. So we will get x is equal to 0 plus 155.9 t. So from here we will get x is equal to 155.9 t. And in a part we have to find horizontal distance from the gun to the point where projectile strikes the ground. That means we have to find this x. But in this case we have one more unknown value, that is t. So we cannot solve this equation right now. So let us call this equation as equation number 1. Now we will consider vertical motion of the projectile. And we know the vertical motion of projectile is uniformly accelerated motion. And for uniformly accelerated motion, 3 equations are applicable. V is equal to u plus at, s is equal to ut plus half at square, v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Now we will use these equations one by one for this problem given to us. As we know that we are talking about vertical motion of the projectile, so in this equation, v represents final velocity of the projectile in y direction. Let us call it as vy. U represents initial velocity of the projectile along y direction, that is vy naught. A represents acceleration due to gravity, that is g, and t is the time taken. So this equation we will reduce to vy equal to vy naught minus gt. So let us put the value of vy naught. It is equal to 90 meter per second and value of g is 9.81. So in this equation we don't know the final velocity of the projectile along y direction and we don't know t. So let us call this equation as equation number 2 for time being. Now let us move on to the next equation. In this equation, s is the distance traveled by the projectile along y direction from the point of projection. That means this distance is s and it is traveled in y direction. Let us call this distance as small y. So we will replace s by small y in this equation. U is the initial velocity of the projectile along y direction, that is vy naught, and a will be acceleration due to gravity. So this equation will reduce to y, small y, equal to vy naught t minus half gt square. So over here we will put value of vy naught as 90 and this equation will further reduce to 90t minus 4.90 t square. And let us call this equation as equation number 3 for time being. Now after this we will focus on the third equation, that is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Now for this problem, for this motion, v is the final velocity of the projectile along y direction, that is vy. U is initial velocity of the projectile along y direction, that is vy naught. And g is acceleration due to gravity and s is this vertical distance, small y. So it means this equation will reduce to vy square minus vy naught square is equal to minus 2gy. Let us put the value of vy naught and g over here. So this equation will further reduce to vy square minus 8100 equal to minus 19.62y. So let us call this equation as equation number 4 for time being. Now let us see what we have to find in a part. We have to find x. So in order to find x, we need t first. So let us see which equation will help us to find the value of t. So we have to find in a part the horizontal distance, which is x. Let us see which equation will help us to find the value of t now. In this equation, we have final velocity of the projectile along y direction, which we don't know. Same value Vy is over here in fourth equation as well. It means we cannot use equation number 2 and equation number 4. Now we have to see equation number 3. In equation number 3, we have two values y and t. T we have to find, and we know value of y for the trajectory of this projectile. We will say that from motion A to B, projectile covers minus 150 meter distance along y direction between point A and point B. So we will say when projectile hits the ground, y for the projectile will be minus 150 meters. So we will put value of y as minus 150 in equation number 3, and we will get this equation minus 150 equal to 90t minus 4.90 t square. So this is a quadratic equation. So A over here is minus 4.90, B is 90, C is 150. So we'll use the formula of quadratic equation, that is minus b plus minus b square minus 4ac square root divided by 2a to get the value of t. When we will apply that formula, we will get t as 19.91 seconds. So we have found the value of t. Now we will say put this value of t in equation 1 to get the value of x, or to get the value of first part. So when we will put this value in equation 1, we will get x as 3100 meters. So we have solved the first part of this problem. Now we'll move on to the next part, that is B part. Let us see what we have to find in B part. So in B part, we have to find the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. That means capital Y. So let us find the greatest elevation, capital Y. And let us see which equation will help us to find that value. So in order to find the greatest elevation y, first of all we have to find y, which is the distance traveled by the projectile from the point of projection to its highest elevation, that is small y. So how we can find that distance? We have two equations, equation number 3 and equation number 4. So these equations will help us to find that distance. So let us use equation number 4. So we will say that at greatest elevation, the final velocity of the particle or the projectile will be 0. So we will say at greatest elevation, Vy will be equal to 0. So we'll put value of Vy equal to 0 in equation number 4. So when we'll put that value in equation number 4, we can get small y, which is the distance traveled by the projectile from the point of projection to its maximum height, means this distance. So let us put value of Vy equal to 0 in equation number 4. So equation will reduce to 0 minus 8100 equal to minus 19.62y. So from here we will get that value as 413 meters. So we have found this distance 413 meters. But now what we have to answer? We have to answer the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. That means this total distance. So we have to add 150 meter in this value. So greatest elevation above the ground will be 413 plus 150 equal to 563 meters. So we have solved B part as well. And I hope this answer is clear to you. Thank you very much.